All right. Royals announced today they're moving the fences in. Well, if we can't sign hitters, we'll just move the fence in. Done. Smart, I guess. It is a bomb to get it down the lines there in KC. They're
It's
moving
a
it
poke.
in nine. They're getting it 9 feet in, I think, at the poles, and it's still like to 347. So I mean, 347 down the lines is still deeper than a lot of parks around the nation that isn't Coors Field, right? Coors Field, I think, is 345 down the lines or whatever. They're moving in the gaps a little bit, but center field staying at 410. This will give them more seats and more standing room around the fountains, apparently. So they gain a little bit of ticket sales. I mean, not much, 150 seats. Well, I guess that would get you another 250 grand a game at the rate tickets are. But 150 seats added, moving the fence in. Does this, and they're lowering the height of the wall to 8.5 feet. So they're lowering it 1.5 feet. Does this help KC?
Um, I mean, yes and no. I mean, in this article I found they kind of break down why they're doing this. When you look at the Statcast park factor, so 100 is league average. Kauffman Stadium's 101, so it's like a slightly hitter friendly. The problem is it's a 103 for singles, so slightly hitter friendly for singles, 113 for doubles, 183 for triples. So it's like off the charts friendly. It's the third most friendly ballpark in baseball for triples, but it's an 85 for home runs, tied for 26th. It's got some of the deepest dimensions in baseball. It's a huge outfield, which is great for hitting balls in the gap. And the Royals decided that it is a bit problematic to have a very homer unfriendly ballpark in today's game, and then it'll hurt their pitching staff about as much as it helps their offense. So it's probably neutral to the team, but they do feel like the way the ballpark plays is a little inconsistent with what they see across the league. So they're kind of trying to level the ballpark off to be more consistent with league average.
Gotcha.
But I mean, does it help them or hurt them? I think it's probably neutral. But it seems weird in January to decide you're going to move the fences in. It seems like that's something you would have wanted to have already thought about.
Yeah, that agree. Doesn't give you much time to complete it for sure. KC has moved their fence more than any team. I feel like it's almost every year. I mean, the Orioles do it every other year.
Yeah, I think the Orioles signed their free agent class and go, let's push them back because we're not gonna have much power, so let's take that away. Oh, we'll
Yep.
move them back in because we got guys that can hit.
Yeah, and then let's put that weird like L shape in left center just for the heck of it.
Let's see if we can't kill somebody.
Yeah, Michael, more seats to be empty for 81 games.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, I mean, I wonder, do you think they have to pass this by the league first? Like, the Red Sox one day just can't wake up and be like, nah, we're going to tear down the monster, or we're going to move the monster to right field, or we're going to move our fence in 20 feet. We're going to move center field back 20. So do you think they probably have to get league permission, correct?
Yeah, I believe any alteration to the playing field and the walls around it require league approval just to make sure it's consistent with kind of rules, policy, and what's in the best interest of the game.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm late. I was watching Aroldis Chapman throw a bullpen, then thought about going to the gym. Came here instead.
Great choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Put the waterfalls at first and third. Let's get weird with it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that. I mean, it is like you said, it's not really homer friendly, but do you take away some of the Royals' game by moving in the gaps a little bit?
I mean, I think you do. You certainly take away a bit of Bobby Witt's advantage, which is being able to hit a ball in the gap and run like hell. I think the rest of that team, I mean, Miguel Garcia a little bit, but you got a guy like Jack Caglianone coming up who's going to hit bombs. You might want to move it in for him. Pasquatch has lost a bunch of homers there to balls to the warning track. Bobby Witt's even lost a bunch of homers there, that end up as balls to the warning track. So there's definitely pluses and minuses. The Royals have typically preferred your line drive contact hitters because that's how the ballpark plays. And that's one of the comments that they made is that, we've tried to build the team more around, kind of our playing surface, which they're their playing field area is the second biggest in the majors. There's so much grass there. And they're realizing like you can't do that forever. You can't always tailor your team to your ballpark. Like you need to be able to just go sign really good players.
That's crazy. They have the second most amount of grass when you think of Comerica and you think of
I know.
Coors Field.
It just gives you a sense of how big that place really is. And we always knew it was big, but like when you actually look at the dimensions and the stats, you kind of go, man, that place is way bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I never realized it was that big until
It's
you
a
just said it was the second. I
second
would
largest playing field area in the majors, 115,737 feet of playing surface.
never would have guessed that in a million years.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I think only Coors is bigger.
So Comerica is smaller.
I
Like
think
that to
Comerica's
me.
third.
And that place is massive.
Actually, the Tigers are fifth.
What?
So it's Rockies 1, Royals 2, D-backs 3, Cardinals 4, Tigers 5.
Michael. Oh man. Yes.
The
Hey.
smallest is Fenway Park, and it's not close.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's
not close at all.
it's so the smallest are Fenway, Houston, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and Toronto.
Yeah.
But
Red Sox and
they
Houston
fall off
makes
pretty
sense.
quickly.
Yeah, the Red Sox in Houston makes sense because their left field is 310 feet away from home plate, so that makes sense.
Yep.
But crazy. I never would have guessed second. That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was big, but like you see these stats and go, "Holy cow!" Like I had no idea that ballpark was that big.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, good for them. Guess there is a reason they're moving it in. So,
Yeah, and according to the Royals, they've been talking about this for 14 years. You know, trying to figure out like we know we need to make this change. We know we need to better conform. What do we do? And they finally decided that now's the time.
yeah. Ryan said, I used to go see games there behind the dugout in college for like $6. You had to park 9 miles away. The whole complex is insanely spread out. Man.
Yeah, well, they're going to lose their neighbor and pick up a whole bunch more space.
Yeah. Curtis, there is something to say about this. You know, take pride in that instead of moving it in. I think they've tried, right? They've tried. We were just talking about it. I think they've tried to, you know, form to their ballpark, and it's just not doing anything for the Royals. So instead of changing everybody on your team, hey, let's just move the fence in and drop the wall height and see if that works. But I totally get what you're saying. Just hasn't worked for them.
Yep. Yeah, and they're finding that, you know, this team hits fly balls and they don't get out. They do get out other places. So
yeah. Forrest says, Baseball History Door says, do you guys know the story of the Kansas City Athletics used to have a marker on the field showing what would have been a home run at Yankee Stadium? That's incredible. I've never heard that story. That might have to be another dork segment because.
So is that like a little flag behind first base?
Pretty much.
Because that's damn near what it feels like.
Pretty much.
I mean, Fenway is small. Yeah, I mean, I've
obviously
been to Fenway a bunch, and like that, you feel like you're playing it like your high school field. It is small.
I went to a game with my wife, and there was a guy next to me talking to his girlfriend saying Fenway was one of the biggest ballparks in the league. And I turned to him like this. I didn't say anything, and I just was like, I was looking at his girlfriend, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not even close. I'm like, it is small.
No, it's the smallest.
George Brett is muttering under his breath all season.
But George loved it because like he'd hit a little floater that would drop in because that outfield's so big where he'd hit a ball in the gap and be able to run. I mean, there's definitely pros and cons to being the biggest ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bobby Witt's still going to get his doubles. I mean, they're not moving it in 25 feet. They're moving it in 9.
Yeah,
right.
He's still going to get his triples. He's still going to get his doubles. It'll still be favorable for that, but they should see a few more balls that used to die at the warning track get out now.